Valley Club, with Avengers Doomsday right around the corner, does this mean that Dr. Doom is getting a rework, or are we getting a brand new one added to the game? We also have the Blue Marvel event ending. Does this mean that we're getting more purple ISO 8 ions? And how good are the Groot Miss orbs? We're going to open all of them in this video and answer your mailbag questions. And if you're ready for all of it, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I'm ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having an excellent day. We are answering your mailbag questions in this video, and we're going to open our Groot Miss orbs. If you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Marvel Strike Force video goes up on a normal week, even a holiday week, at least 5 pieces of Marvel Strike Force content. But let's jump right into the game to open our Groot Miss orbs. We have done our events, our Groot events. So let's go down here. We've raided with Groot. We've blitzed with Groot. We've blitzed with rockets. So let's open 15 of them and see if we get anything good. Hopefully you guys got something good there as well with this. All right, we got a duplicate for Howard the Duck. We got a duplicate for Groot. Man, are we gonna get anything good here? Give us some 5 diamonds, 4 and 5 diamonds here. Oh, it's a purple. Who is this for? Lalandra. That's not bad. It's gonna help out in Cosmic Crucible. Still part of the Starjammers meta in Cosmic Crucible. All right, nothing there. And it is a nothing, a 3 diamond. All right, Drax got upgraded, but he's been out of the meta for a long time, even with being a pre-taunt tank. Not really getting a lot of use out of Drax there. Gamora has not been in the meta for a long time. Still 7 more. We got a slight upgrade to Lalandra. Can we get a 5 diamond character? Not on this pool here. 5 more to go. Let's go. Oh, it's a green, a dirty green. Let's go. 4 more. Let's wait a little while, see if that increases our luck chances. It's another 3. Oh, it's a 2. All right, Star-Lord got a slight upgrade there. Man, he was only 1 diamond before. He's 2 diamonds now. We got another duplicate Groot. 2 more. Oh, who is this? It is Havoc. That is a good one. That's a big win. That's a big win. This character is one of the better Starjammers in the entire orb. But let's see what else we get here. All right, this is a win. This is a win, guys. We got a 4 diamond Lalandra and a 5 diamond Havoc. Let's see who else was in this orb. I think Havoc is the best one to get. Yeah, so Havoc, I think is the best one to get. Lalandra also. So we did pretty good on these orbs. Hopefully you did your blitzing and got these orbs and got some great presents as well. And that's kind of a reminder about, we got some good upgrades there, but a reminder about this command center. Make sure you're logging in to claim these Age of Annihilus chapter and these Groot Miss orbs here. Some great presents from Groot Miss, and they said there's going to be an exciting gift on day 12. Let me know what you think that day 12 gift is as we go to the mailbag to answer your questions from the mailbag. And big shout out to each and every one of you that left a question for this version of the mailbag video. And if you want to leave a question for the future, any future mailbag videos, which we do on a weekly basis, even during the holidays, make sure you join the Discord. The link to that is going to be in the description of this video. Go to the mailbag question channel. That's where I get all these questions from every single week. But the first question, Valley, happy holiday. Actually, there's one more above this. So, but happy holidays to you, brother. All right, so regarding the new diamonds, 4 and 5, is it worth upgrading said characters that get that? Example, the first null event, I got a 5 diamond anti-venom. Is he worth putting at 105, gear tier 20, ISO 5 if I can? All right, to ISO level 5, probably not, unless you already have Blue Marvel and you're just, you got a bunch of extra ISO 5 ions laying around, then maybe. But I would say nobody to ISO 5 if you don't have Blue Marvel. Just work on those characters. But as far as anti-venom, that's an interesting one. I got Venom to 5 diamonds. I have not upgraded since the Hive Mind was a thing. Not gonna upgrade him, no plans. Anti-Venom is an older character, has older stats, but he is a symbiote. And I do want to point out this move here. He is gonna revive a dead symbiote at like 60% base health. There's no symbiotes to revive, gain 3 ability energy, and traditionally, the team that's been used in war, the symbiote teams that's been used in war, Gore, Null, and then we have Void Knight in there, and then usually Red Goblin and Carnage, probably depending how big you have those characters built up. But I think you're still gonna have Gore and Null if you're building a symbiote team. Void Knight has that big pull move, that special ultimate that he does. I think that's it's a very good ultimate, not a special. It's a very good ultimate. And then Red Goblin and Carnage. Now, Red Goblin is kind of the reviver of the team. Carnage you're gonna get another Carnage with that special. So I think either of these are replaceable if you want to try to experiment with this anti-venom. I think the resources in the game could definitely take them to 105 depending on your gold and training mat situation. Maybe gear tier 20 if you have enough of that gear. Obviously you would have had to have Professor X unlocked to have this even as an option, but this may be the only symbiote character that may be worth building up. Venom is not. Gwenna, maybe just because she is part of that Hive Mind team and they have more updated stats than some of the other ones. Agent Venom, no. Scream, I got a 4 diamond on Scream, not gonna build Scream up at all. And Symbiote Spider-Man, even if there was a 5 diamond on that character, no worth building. But Anti-Venom is a special case because of that revive. He can revive Null, he can revive Gore. I guess he can revive if he's not killed by another Null on the enemy team. So yeah, that would be the only value I would say for Anti-Venom, but he does have that older stats. Even with 5 diamonds, we have stats 3.0 coming up with the next team. So if you have a lot of extra resources, it might be a fun character to try and experiment with, but I wouldn't build him up with the expectation that he's gonna actually perform in the meta against meta teams. Happy holidays back, my friend. Zombie Scarlet is stuck at 5 yellow. Do we have any idea when she will be farmable? With no new zombies coming, is the team even worth keeping up since it now will be the old stats? Now, if they're doing what they did with Zombie Juggernaut, I believe what they did with Zombie Iron Man, maybe he'll be farmable later in early part of 2026. And what they did with Zombie Juggernaut, they just put him on the web store. You can get him for free. I'm expecting that's probably what they're gonna do with Zombie Scarlet, which as far as the timeline, my guess, probably within the next 3 months or so. So sometime before March is what I'm guessing, but that's just kind of a guess based on what they've done in the past. Obviously, they could totally change up what they're doing in the future for this release, but is the team even worth keeping up when now it would have the old stats? I think at some point it goes out of the meta, but at this point they are still worth using. I don't know if it's worth putting more resources in them if you haven't built them up already. Feels kind of bad knowing they're gonna probably just have to wait as long as Zombie Kestra. Once we can farm the whole team, seems even less likely. Is it still worth even building them up? It really depends how much into war you are. They're more of a war team. They're gonna give you a little bit value as maybe a sacrifice team or a cleanup team in Cosmic Crucible. And they're pretty good on certain floors and your towers and limited time events, things like that. But as far as building them up, I'm still waiting on more stars for my Zombie Scarlet Witch as well. She performs pretty good at even three yellow, 3 red stars, and she was doing what she needed to do. I think she brings back Zombie Juggernaut, if I'm not mistaken, or calls like a replacement Zombie Juggernaut. The Zombie Kestrel, this team is just a lot stronger, but yeah, they're a good war team. Usually I throw this team into maybe not into a top 10 meta defense team, maybe not a top 5 team, but I just throw it into that team and they usually win. So I don't think it's too much of a, and we're playing we're not a competitive alliance, but we play against some pretty high level alliances with some pretty big teams there. So probably could get the job done unless you're really into war. I guess it's not a huge thing to have her at higher star levels, because I feel that she does the job that I need at this point. But yeah, as far as when farmable, my guess, and it's just a guess, probably sometime around March, maybe April. Maybe they're gonna save that for the anniversary or so. All right, Valley, Merry Christmas back, my friend. My question, is Thunderstrike worth getting T4s on him, and what are the pros and cons of doing it? Well, as far as T4s, hopefully you have a big abundance of T4s in your inventory. Let's go to my inventory right now. I do have a lot, or let's go into roster right now. Let me find a character that I might not have finished all the T4s. Yeah, so I have like 4,000 T4s. I think some of that was when the supply shop got converted over. I got a bunch of orbs opened or something like that. I opened a bunch of stuff there. So I have a bunch of T4s. So as far as the T4 for Thunderstrike, yes, I think it's definitely worth T4 and Thunderstrike. If you are into Cosmic Crucible, if we look at his kit, it's mainly designed around Cosmic Crucible. Now, the Awaken abilities, I'm not sure if you're talking about the Awaken abilities, because those are something that you have to push for in these Thunderstrike raids or potentially buy later. Now, as far as these Awaken abilities, these are related just to Cosmic Crucible. So if we look at this, 80%, so I guess there's getting a little more damage on the basic here, but additional bleeds as well. But the rest of this on Cosmic Crucible offense, reduce the duration of regeneration on primary and adjacent targets by 2. The rest of these Awaken abilities is just Cosmic Crucible and just Cosmic Crucible offense. So on Cosmic Crucible offense for this ultimate, the rest of the line's all about Cosmic Crucible offense. And then for the other Awaken ability, Cosmic Crucible offense relates to Blaster as well. So if you're not on Cosmic Crucible offense and Blaster's not on the team, and I'm not sure why you would place them on different teams, but if they're not on this passive does nothing. So is he worth building up? I would say yeah, especially if you're into Cosmic Crucible or even semi into Cosmic Crucible. Is he worth putting the T4s in? Yes. Is he worth putting the Awaken abilities in? I guess it depends how much you on your alliance want to push in these raids. Is it worth pushing extra for these Awaken abilities? I would say not really, unless you're like a hardcore Cosmic Crucible player that really wants to win everything in Cosmic Crucible. But you know, I'll take whatever we do as an alliance. So that's my answer for that. But as far as the pros, you're getting more benefit in Cosmic Crucible. The cons, you're using T4s that you may not have a big supply like I have. So that would be the pros and cons in my estimation. Hey Valley, Merry Christmas back, my friend. Recently got into Cosmic Crucible War a lot more with this content drought. But I have two big questions. First, how do passives work? Mainly, are they only active if the character is alive? And I would say yes, they're mainly only active if the character is alive. However, that's not always the case. There is one character that I can think of off the top of my head that has his passive active even when he's not alive. And let's go into the game here, see if we could find that character. He's so far down in the roster, he may be too difficult to find. Let's keep going down, see if we could find him. He is in red. Yeah, I don't know where he is. Oh, here he is, Nobu. We look at his passive though. It has a 5% chance to revive for hand and underworld allies. It gains that extra 5% chance there. Now, this is one passive. Even after Nobu dies, you could still get revived by this passive. Most passives don't work like this, but I guess my point to answer this question is there's not a lot of consistency, but you are right. Mainly, they're only active if they're alive. There are some passive, like the Nobu passive, though, that is still active even if he dies. There's nowhere that it's listed. You gotta kind of test these out firsthand to see, but yeah, it's not consistent, but it's usually like that. And our ISO 8's bonuses are exactly the same as character's basic attack. Anyways, thanks you so much. They're usually very similar. As far as locating them though, there's nowhere to really locate them. And if we look at the latest blog about the new team, the retcon team with Jeff the Land Shark, it has some information about Jeff and it does not have his kit. It has the reworks of the characters. If we look at the last team that was released, their kits were released in a blog post. Well, it does not have the new characters in this blog post as well. It has the reworks Magic, has the reworks Sunspot, has the reworks. Actually, that's it. Just those characters. Did not have the 3 new mutant characters. And if we go back to the retcon kit, let me just show you the kit for Jeff the Land Shark. So his basic is going to attack the primary target, 280% piercing. If you look at his ISO 8 counter attack chance, it is also 280% piercing. Like Disruptor for 2 turns, same thing here. Ultimate ability energy for self, he's getting that as well. Special ability energy for Gwenpool, getting that as well. And forced attack an ally. This character deals less damage to retcon characters, and that is going to be exactly the same. So some characters, in this example, Jeff the Land Shark, the ISO counter assist is going to be exactly the same as the basic. A lot of times, and I think because he's already doing piercing damage, a lot of times it is less damage. So for example, let's say this was 340% damage. That's just a number off the top of my head. It usually will be something like maybe 280% damage and then an additional 50% piercing, or something weird like that. So usually it's less the damage and then adds some piercing. This is a different example because it's piercing and then it's also piercing. Sometimes some of these effects that they're talking about in this example, applying Disruptor for 2 turns, sometimes those effects are also there on the ISO counter. Sometimes it's not. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to really look this up. This used to be on MarvelStrikeForce.com in the characters section. However, I think there was some issues with the translation to other languages, so they weren't able to just directly import it to the game. I think they would have to do it manually for every time they release a character. I'm not sure why they don't just do that, but yeah, they're not in anywhere anymore. They're not in the game. They're not listed on the website. Even like I said, some of these newer teams, we don't even have the full kits of these characters, so there's nowhere to list them. But just for a quick reference, they're already usually very similar, if not and like in this case, exactly the same. Hey, Valley, Merry Christmas from the UK. Merry Christmas back to you from the US. I guess a belated Merry Christmas at this point, but I returned after many years away, slowly rebuilding my arena and raid teams and attempting Dark Dimension 6. I'm struggling with getting enough ISO 8T to level 5 ions to upgrade my raid teams and purple ISO 8. I only seem to be getting these for more. Am I missing something? Thanks. No, you're not missing anything. I think Scopely's missing something. Yeah, if we go into war, let's actually go into war. There's nowhere to actually get these except from your war leaderboards. And if you are lower tiers of war, you're not getting any of these blue ISO 5. Now, this is a very, very old Dark Dimension. This was from a few years ago. I am not sure why they haven't eased up stuff on this. So if we look at the rewards here, platinum gets it, gold gets it, but if you're not in gold, there are none of these T2 level 5 ions there. So this is kind of legacy stuff. This is something I think Scopely's missed. So yeah, you're not missing something. Scopely's missing something. They missed making this stuff more available. We look at our orbs here. There's even nowhere to buy some of this stuff. So the T2 level 5 ion, nowhere to get this stuff in the game here. Let's go. I guess we're going out of board here. So if we go into the orb chamber, these T5s, let's find this. Nowhere to get this stuff. Nowhere to even get this with power cores. That is a big loss. I think you should be able to get this with supply credits because it's such old stuff. Maybe they could keep some of the purple stuff for themselves. I guess maybe not, because these orbs are like old stuff. These are like the crystals, not even the ions. And then these these ISO 8 orbs has older stuff here. So they definitely need to release the ISO 8 stuff. Definitely the green stuff I think has been released already, but I think that's a big miss and oversight on their part. They haven't made this more available. I guess some events, and if we go into the battle pass, we have some of that stuff as well. Keep moving on right here. We're getting 600,000 free every 2 weeks or so, or if you're a spender, you get 5 million of that stuff. But I think it is a miss that they haven't done that. Maybe it's because they want to sell more battle passes and they want you to spend that $20 to get a 5 million battle pass. I don't know. That doesn't seem that appealing to me. All right, let's move on to the next question, though. Since Jeff the Landshark is official now, do you think he could excite a lot of people because it's a well-known tune? He definitely has me excited, and I'm not even into war teams. I think that kit looks fun. I think that combination that he has with Deadpool is very, very fun. I liked using that combination with Old Man Logan and Deadpool because he could just come back to life. Jeff the Landshark and Deadpool have that same kind of thing. That's what I'm most looking forward to, but I think he just looks like a cool character. So I'm looking forward to him. As far as Phoenix Force, when is the next Phoenix Force tune coming out? Well, we look at when the last Phoenix Force tune came out. They usually release these around the same time in a year. Omega Red Phoenix Force Phoenix Rising was around January of 2025. So I'm guessing the Phoenix Force version of Magneto will release January of 2026. It was around mid-January, so probably when they come back from their holiday breaks. But yeah, we should be getting the Magneto Phoenix Force very, very soon, in my estimation. Next and second to last question. Hey, Valley, hope your family is having a good holidays. Same to you, my brother. My question is two parts. Since Blue Marvel is on Stats 2.0, do you think Scopely will make ISO 4 and 5 ions easier to obtain? No, not at all. A bit more easier to obtain, maybe a little bit, but if ISO 8 Blue is any indication, no, they're not going to make that more available at all. Blue Marvel is like this tune that is just for spenders. Even when the non-spenders get him unlocked, if you don't have the red stars to really utilize him at his full potential, I don't even know if he's worth getting at that point. So that's not going to be easier to obtain. I think that's going to be their big selling point. They usually try to really hard sell these epic characters, so I think that's going to be the same with Blue Marvel. All right, and also with the Stats 3.0 around the corner, are any current teams worth putting into resources anymore? I would say yeah. I mean, even with Stats 2.0, there were still some teams that were worth investing in. Illuminati were on Stats 1.0, and even in the Stats 2.0 meta, they were still involved. I still use the Mercs for Money. They were Stats 1.0 team. Mercs for Money still good in Wars. So we'll still have a lot of teams that are worth investing in. I would use some of the more current teams. So maybe not some of their earlier Stats 2.0 teams like the Orcus. They've already been replaced in the raid. So some teams, yes, they will be usable. Some teams like the Orcus, maybe certain members of the Night Stalkers. I think Blade and Oath will still be usable. Certain members of the Night Stalkers going to be phased out. So not those teams, but some of the more recent teams. Let's look at some of the more recent teams in the game here. I would say Undying for a little while. They will be phased out. The Stats 3.0, but the early part of Stats 3.0, I think they'll still be viable for the war. As far as the raids teams, they're still going to be used in the raids. Brimstone is still going to be a good war team, even with new stats coming in the game. They're still going to be the main battle world team. Although Jeff the Land Shark and that Redcon team may be filling their slot into battle world. Insidious 6, I think they have enough use that they're going to be still involved in the meta in Stats 3.0. I don't think Secret Wars Infestation will be that impactful. Hellfire Club will still be impactful because they're in the raids. They're a member. You got a member of the Accursed team and a member of the Immortal X-Men. And then let's go back to Fantastic Four MCU because they're an arena team. I think they obviously, they're going to be the arena team until we get the next arena team involved in the game. We're going to get some new arena team in 2026. So whenever that goes away, or whenever that comes, that's when this goes away. And then Accursed back. Probably not worth it. Thunderbolt's probably not worth it. And Vigilantes, Vigilantes are worth it for everywhere. So that's just my guessing on which teams are going to be worth it and not worth it. All right, afternoon. Hopefully the holidays have treated you and the family well. Same for you, my brother. Quick question. With Avengers Doomsday coming out in the next year, do you think Scopely will bring a rework updated to Doom in the game? Or do you think that we'll get a different version of the character? Short answer, I fully think it's going to be a new character in the game. If we look at the Iron Man that was in the game, we got the original Iron Man, a few costumes for that. Iron Man from Infinity War. So I guess this is going to be the Doctor Doom version of, what is that, Doomsday. Iron Man for the zombie version of this as well. We got 2 Ironheart. So yeah, I think it's, let's actually go to another character that I can think of off the top of my head. Thor. We got a bunch of versions of Thor. We got the mighty, I guess I got 2 versions of Thor, maybe not as much as I thought. Thor, Infinity War Thor. We got 2 versions of Star-Lord, another character that has a lot of versions in the game, Spider-Man. And I think a lot of these are Peter Parkers. We got the normal Spider-Man. I think Big Time is also Peter Parker. We got Peter B. As far as that symbiote Spider-Man, maybe Peter Parker as well. So yeah, we got a lot of spiders in the game, a lot of Thors in the game, Star-Lords in the game. So I fully think that we'll have an extra Doctor Doom in the game as well. I think that's the most profitable thing for them to do, unless they could find a way to make a rework to Doctor Doom profitable. I think we're fully gonna get a new character, a new version of Doctor Doom in the game. But let me know your thoughts, Valley Club. So that's it for today. Hopefully some of these answers to these questions helped you with your own Marvel Strike Force account. And if you want to leave a question for one of these future mailbag videos, we do these every single week. Sometimes, usually on Mondays. Sometimes we delay it if something's busy going on Mondays, but we do this every single week. And if you want to get one of your questions answered, make sure you join the Discord, go through the mailbag questions channel and ask your question there. I will see you guys next time. If you did get some value from the video, check out some of the other videos on the channel, including the plug and play characters that you could use outside of their normal game mode, outside of their normal team. You could use them various game modes. Check out the video up there, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, guys. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.